Um, and Will, thank you very much. Those words, they mean the world to me. And thank you for letting me be a part of this season, Will, because this had to be tough for you, and I know this was a tough spot for me to tell everybody. And whenever I told you guys, I think it was before Christmas time, I wanted to get the word out that I could not be the head coach, and for Will to agree to do all the organizing, all the scheduling, all the tryouts, all the communications, all the practices, and take care of all the stuff that makes this job difficult and time consuming. He took all that on his shoulders for this first year, and then allowed me to come and help out when I could, and kind of put myself in the position I was kind of in last year at the end of the season, and take on that role and responsibility without having done the legwork that Will did. And that means a lot to me, that you had that respect and were able to do that. Because I know a lot of coaches would say, no, if I'm going to do all this work, I'm going to coach this team till the end. If you can't do it, step off. But you embrace me, and I do appreciate that very much. If you have enjoyed having me as a coach, the person who's made that possible is here. My wife, Kelsey. I just want to thank you for putting up with it. She's never asked me to go out and get a job that makes money. She's never asked me to go out there and get her a Benz or anything. She said, do what makes you happy. Do what you love the most. And that's what this job is. It's what I've loved the most for the past 10, 12 years. I was JV coach for a year, varsity B coach for 2 before taking over. So I was here for 13, 14 years, and she was with me for most of it. We've been married for, it'll be our 7th year, and together for 4 or 5 years before that. So I just want to say thank you, Kels, for I wasn't expecting to hear that stuff from Will, but it definitely means a lot to me, because he is correct. I could go down and I could talk about every season I've had and the results we've had on the court and the success we've had, the matches we've won, the championships. But that's all fun and that's all good, but that does not make a good coach, in my mind, in my opinion. A good coach gets through to his players and is able to help guide them and let them realize who they are and what they're capable of doing. And so why that letter, to be honest, I did not know that I wrote that letter. It was so long ago. I don't remember if I was supposed to write letters to everybody and Will got one, or if I thought he was special and I gave him one. I can't recall what prompted it, but the fact that it had such an impact on him, I'm grateful that happened, and it makes me feel that I have accomplished something here, more than what we will see on the fence. And I know there's a lot of people who come through here who are doing great things with their lives, but I don't always know the impact I have had on them. And because they don't come and tell me that, like Will did tonight. And if Will wasn't coaching here, he may never tell me, and I'd still never know. But that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. So I guess I want to talk a little bit about where we are as a society and where we are as a culture, because I am a little bit concerned about the civility we have in our discourse in our everyday life. And I knew I was going to speak, but I wasn't sure what I was going to say. And I thought maybe I'd use the drive back from Cincinnati at the state tournament to think about what I'd say, and I thought maybe that I'd use mowing the lawn to think about what I say, but we endured and are still going through a tragedy at Worthington Hills, where I'm the tennis pro, and that's consumed a lot of my thought. But you know, we lost a child there, and I thought about that, and I thought about how heartbreaking that is and how awful that is. And then I think about this world that this child is leaving and what impact he could have had in it. And I look about these children here, and I wonder, what kind of world do you guys want? Because right now, the adults in this room are making the world. And we're making it the way we want it, and we're doing things the way we think is best. And I'm looking at the way we're speaking to each other. I'm definitely thinking about on a leadership level, the way we engage each other, the way we treat other human beings. And there's a lot of people in this world who don't want civility. They don't want to talk things over. They don't want to see the common good that we can create together. They want division. They want us to battle. They want us to fight. And I think about you guys. Who's 18? Anybody? So 4 people here have been alive in a world when this country has not been at war. And you were alive for maybe a week, maybe a month. The rest of you, that's all you know. And is that the society you want? Is that the world you want when you have kids? Is that what you want to leave them? And I think about what happened to New Albany's tennis courts, what happened to LeBron James's house. And that hatred and that anger is very real, and it's alive. And it's not something that just happened overnight, but it's something that can change, and it can be remedied if that's what we want to do. And part of being part of this program, part of playing tennis, is knowing what we can do individually. Because tennis is a very individual sport. The most is 2-on-2. Most of the time it's 1-on-1. So you guys have learned how to believe in yourselves, how to pull yourselves out of tough spots, how to dictate points, dictate play, say, I want this to happen, so I'm going to make it happen. And you can carry that on throughout your lives, and you can impact others throughout your lives, and help create the environment that you want this world to be. And we had a situation this year where somebody didn't get chosen to play with a partner they wanted to play with. And that happened because it was up to somebody else's choice. In life, if you see something that you don't like, that you want to happen, that you want to change, don't let somebody else do that. Take that upon yourself. If you want something to change in this world, well, that's my congressman's problem. That's something they should change. That's my teacher's problem. That's the education department. That's the lawyers to deal with. No. If you want it, do it. Each and every one of you guys are capable. And in this room, unlike a lot of other high schools and a lot of other rooms, you've been provided an education that is top notch. So you're going to leave this school ahead of a lot of people, academically, socially, and environmentally. Not a lot of people here go hungry. Not a lot of people here wonder if they're going to be able to afford the calculator that's needed for their math class. And that's great. And I am always think of the phrase, to whom much is given, much is expected. And when I get down on myself and when I think about, I don't feel like doing anything at practice today. I'm going to go to practice, I'm going to take a nap and let the kids play sets. No, I'm given too much in this world. I'm healthy, I'm smart, I'm capable. What can I give back? What can I give to others? And everyone in this room, I believe, is the same way. You guys are all very, very bright, very, very sociable, very personable. And if you can have that confidence in yourself and that belief in yourself that you can make a difference, whatever that difference is, whatever you believe in, you have an opportunity to impact others. And what I hope I've done, what I hope I've helped create is that environment that looks out for other people. And when you guys are able to climb that ladder of success and climb that ladder of happiness, once you get to that top, I hope that you are able to stand there and hold that ladder and reach your hand down and help that next generation come up there with you. Help the people below you, pull them up. Because at the end of each tennis season, who comes to our practices? It's the players who have graduated in years past. They come out every single year. Somebody who played for Arlington a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they come out and they help us. They help that current generation. Whether they're good at tennis or not at that point in time, they at least give us something else to hit against, a different ball to see, so it helps prepare us for the postseason where we're going to see different kinds of shots than the same kid we're practicing against in practice every day. So that is Upper Arlington tennis to me. It's a community and it's a family that reaches down to those who are coming up and helps them get better and helps share in that success. And I know for a fact that a lot of people who I've graduated with, went to high school with 5, 10 years before me, after me, I run into them every time. How's the team doing? What's going on with that fence? Are we adding anything on that fence this year? I drove by that, I went by 3 or 4 years ago. I checked it out. Have we done anything? And so they're interested. And that's what this community does, is we support each other. And tennis is just one aspect where we work really hard and we get really good. But it's the impact we're going to have in life and the kind of character we develop now that we can take with us, that I hope I have had an impact on, and I hope you guys understand how capable you guys are and how much change you can create if you want it. You guys can do it. So please believe in yourselves, and please go out there and be the leaders that you've groomed yourself to be. And I did not expect to say any of this when I came up here. I knew I had an idea. I wanted to touch on some points, but I want to thank everybody for listening. I have really enjoyed being part of this, and I will still, I'm sure Will call me with comments or questions. Maybe one of these years I'll try to get my certifications back and be a volunteer assistant. But when people ask me what I do for the past 10 years, I never told them I was the head pro at Worthington Hills or I taught tennis here. I said I'm the Upper Arlington boys tennis coach. And it has been the greatest job I've ever had. So I want to thank you guys.